In the battle of minds and matter, there's one mind that's truly a marvel. Jean Grey discovered her mutant abilities at a young age after a tragic accident. It awakened powers of telekinesis, along with incredible telepathy. Jean Grey could read minds, project her thoughts, and manipulate perceptions and emotions. At the peak of her power, she can control countless minds at once, unravel deep secrets, and unleash psychic attacks. Professor Charles Xavier recognized her potential and brought her to his school for gifted youngsters. There, Jean Grey honed her abilities and became one of the founding members of the X-Men. Jean Grey is a global support for the Immortal X-Men and the Uncanny Avengers, and her high health stat helps keep her in the fight. She uses her telepathic powers to shield her allies, while also manipulating enemy abilities. Jean applies Defense Up and Barrier on Spawn to her Avenger and X-Men allies to prepare them for battle. While on the attack, she applies Heal Block with her Basic and Special. And her ultimate not only hits for 2 turns of ability block, but it also denies revive. Jean Grey is calling on old friends and strike veterans to fight alongside her on the Immortal X-Men. Joining Jean are Beast, Cable, Polaris, and Storm. Here's a taste of the updates coming to these X-Men. Storm is now a Category 5 Hurricane on Crucible offense with Jean Grey. Her new special ability, which copies and clears all charged on all enemies, clears all enemy positive effects, applies 2 turns of trauma to all enemies. With Jean Grey as an ally, Beast's special now clears vulnerable on his X-Men allies. And his ultimate applies offense up, defense up, speed up, and generates 1 ability energy for his Uncanny Avenger allies. It's important to note that Jean Grey is not only part of the Immortal X-Men Cosmic Crucible offense team, she's also a key member of the Uncanny Avengers who specialize in raids. And in Cosmic Crucible and raids, Jean Grey's power grows to Omega levels. On Spawn in Crucible and raids, she also applies Safeguard to allies and reduces the starting enemy ability energy by 10 for all enemies. With 4 or more Immortal X-Men allies in Crucible, or 4 or more Uncanny Avengers allies in raids, enemies can't gain taunt before she takes a turn. And enemies can't fill or reduce speed bar for themselves, allies, or enemies, except through normal means. And as always, you can power up Jean Grey even more with ISO 8. The Raider class works well as it complements 2 of her abilities that attack all of her enemies. This setup increases her effectiveness on Crucible offense and makes her an even greater threat in raids. So are you ready to activate your X-Gene with Jean Grey? Let us know. And if you want a closer look at Jean Grey or the other Immortal X-Men and Uncanny Avenger characters, check out MarvelStrikeForce.com, where you'll find the latest news, weekly blogs, and free offers.